AMOTEKUN ploy to declare Oduduwa Republic, says Balarabe Musa, ex-Kaduna governor, urges federal government Nigerians to shoot it down. Former civilian governor of Old Kaduna State, Alhaji Abdulkader Balarabe Musa, has launched a virulent attack on the 6 governors of the Southwest for establishing the Western Nigeria Security Network known as Operation AMOTEKUN. The former governor cautioned the federal government and Nigerians not to allow the establishment of AMOTEKUN to stand, but to be openly distrustful of the project, saying it was a ploy to secure Yoruba land and a prelude to the declaration of Oduduwa Republic. In an exclusive interview with Sunday Sun at the weekend, Musa described the outfit as illegal, explaining that some of the security components of the outfit, like the Oduduwa People's Congress (OPC), have records of recklessness in terms of securing the lives and property of non-Yoruba. He said that comments that the ISBA and the civilian JTF operating in the northern parts of the country were unfounded, as both groups are legal, having gone through the security of the police, army and legal processes. He described Afenifere, one of the supporters of the AMOTEKUN project, as a group made up of people with secessionist agenda. The Western Nigeria Security Network, recently launched by the 6 governors of the Southwest State, also known as AMOTEKUN, has suddenly become a challenging hypothesis to some Nigerians. What is your thinking about the security network? He said, first of all, taking into account what happened in the history of Nigeria, this AMOTEKUN will lead to a declaration of Oduduwa Republic. Look at the composition of those who constitute the organization. In addition to the 6 state governors, there is also the OPC, Afenifere and others, so the fear is quite obvious, and this is in spite of the fact that this government is incompetent. Definitely this government is incompetent, and it is because of the incompetence of this government that this problem has arisen. But let us not forget that this federal government is an alliance between the North and the Southwest. So why should this happen? Any correction in the setup of the country is possible if this alliance, which controls government in the country, can do its work. In other words, you agree with the Minister of Justice and Attorney General of the Federation that AMOTEKUN is illegal. He said, oh yes, it is illegal because it contravenes the provisions of the law in the Constitution, and unfortunately for them, in spite of the intellectual aura of the elite class in the Southwest, they couldn't be articulate, because they could have been articulate like the Kano State did in the case of Hisbah. They went through the State House of Assembly. Now, if this AMOTEKUN has been taken through the 6 state houses of assembly before it was formed, you could say they have a case in the sense that the state houses of assembly are in charge of lawmaking. Secondly, the governor of each state is the chief security officer of his state. So if you could combine these two and enact a law allowing for the formation of AMOTEKUN, they would have gotten it right. But in spite of their articulation, they failed to do so, which means it must be deliberate that what they are concerned exactly is an Oduduwa state. In a situation where they have a serious security challenge in their state, what would you have advised them to do? And he said, well, in the first place, the security situation in the Southwest is not more than it is in other parts of the country, particularly in the Northwest. Even yesterday, last Wednesday, there was the report of the emir of Potiskum almost losing his life between Kaduna and Zaria as a result of attacks by bandits. Many lives were lost and people were affected. Now, this is the situation in the whole country, not only in the Southwest. Now, what they ought to have done in the interest of humanity and national unity is to use their power in government, since this is an alliance between their region and the North, to bring about laws which will make the police more relevant and more powerful. At the moment, the police are not. It is understaffed, and they suffer the same thing as other institutions in the country. But then, with their power as partners in government, they can make the federal government to stand and make the police to do their work so much, so that we will not have a situation where everybody will be helping himself. For instance, they can use the AMOTEKUN to strengthen the police, or better still, use their power to see that the federal government and Buhari do the right thing. And this annoys everybody. It annoys all of us. The federal government is not doing the right thing, and it is because they are not doing the right thing that there is this factionalization. Let them use their political power to make sure the federal government does the right thing. So what would you say to those who are pointing fingers at the civilian JTF in Borno and Yobe State, which is also not a product of legislation from their state houses of assembly? He said if you look at their modus operandi, they are actually supported by the police and even the army and the state government there. Why won't the police and the army support AMOTEKUN in the southwest, since their governors are in support? Good question. Say let them work for it. Let them do the same thing that Kano State did in the case of Hisbah. Let them do it. Better still, let them use their political power. And I repeat, this government is an alliance between them and the north. Even if we leave the Hisbah case, which is a product of legislation from the Kano State House of Assembly, as you would want the Southwest governors to do, what of the civilian GTF members operating without legislation, with support of the police and army, are armed? Are they armed? Is the civilian JTF legal? He said they are actually working as an arm of the police, the army, and the state government. But does that make it legally constituted body as you would want AMOTEKUN to be? He said, well, we have to take it as such. It could be, but at least the three are working together, and it will not lead to anarchy like AMOTEKUN will lead to anarchy. Sorry about that. He said, is something not wrong somewhere if AMOTEKUN will lead to anarchy and the operation of Hisbah and the civilian JTF will not? He said no, because there is no basis for AMOTEKUN at all, and we have the history. We know what eventually led to the 1966 coup, when the Southwest separatists and the Northern dominants had a clash of interest. It is the problems between them that caused the 1966 coup that eventually led to the civil war. Is Hisbah in Kano State legal? He said it is legal in the sense that according to a report, the State House of Assembly passed a law to that effect. Yes, the issue is, does it contravene the provisions of the Constitution? That is, we have to find out. But the case of AMOTEKUN, clearly it is illegal, and it reminds us of our ugly past, the wide west. And again, Afenifere is not a constituent part of AMOTEKUN. It merely supported the idea. He said, as far as we are concerned, Afenifere and other elders forum are secessionists. You have always made reference to we when you take certain positions. Who are the we in this case? He said that is we progressives, and these progressive come from the north, the east, and with the west and south. We are the products of the Aminu, Kano, Azikiwe, and Awolowo. Why are you not having fears when you have people of like minds across Nigeria? He said this is because the true progressives have been decimated. You now have only few progressives. For instance, you can rely on Falana to stand on the position of a united Nigeria. But Falana is also supporting AMOTEKUN. He said, yes, obviously he is, but we should make him understand. We can talk to him and make him understand. Hey, what will be your reply to those who are saying that governors have no business consulting the Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice before coming up with the idea of how best to secure their states or regions? He said that is wrong. We wouldn't have a country if governors will not be concerned with the Attorney General of the Federation. When they will not consult the Attorney General, no, they are taking a legal step. As if it is legal, they should consult the Attorney General of the Federation. Did those that established Hisbah and the civilian JTF consult the Attorney General of the Federation, since you said both bodies are legal? He said, that is the disappointment I have with this Western elite. They seem to be educated but not informed. Even if they are informed, they are not committed. Look, civilian JTF is a creation of unity of purpose between the police and the army and the state government. Yes, all these others want it to start trouble, and have what they want. And remember, what has been identified with the Southwest. These are people who get involved with self-help before we came to wide West. But these people are saying AMOTEKUN must stand. What would you advise them to do if they must have their way? He said then, the Biafra people said on Biafra we stand. These people are also now saying on AMOTEKUN we stand, which means on Oduduwa Republic we stand. That is how we are going to look at it. What I will advise them to do if they want to do like Kano State did with Isba, let them work with the police, the army, the Federal Ministry of Justice and work out something. Even better still, let them work with their state houses of assembly and come out with something. Wow. So guys, you've heard from this man Balarabe. You can imagine, even now, as I was even going through what he was saying, I was not just really too convenient. I was not just even I don't even understand what he's trying to say. But what he's trying to say is that what he could pinpoint out from this whole thing is that there's a plan or ploy to have a Ududua Republic. So if they have Ududua Republic, what do you have? How does that affect you? Why do you have problem with that? And he said they are going to talk to Falano so that he will be able to understand. In a nutshell, what this guy is just talking about, what this man is just talking about, or is at the end of the day, it will form Odudua group, Odudua Republic, which they don't want. Oh my goodness, which they don't want. You talk of Biafra, they don't want it. You talk of separation, they don't just want it. That is what is really killing them. That is what is really biting them so hardly. I wouldn't want to say much. Let me hear what people are saying. Someone said Nigeria problem number one. Elders in the north never say the truth. Someone said this is just a talk shop. People should then wait until they have been totally annihilated and then from their graves they start defending themselves. That is gibberish. Remember, heaven helps those who help themselves. Do you have to watch somebody brazenly come to your home to attack you before you react in self-protection? And someone says, yeah, good morning, my good people of Southwest. Another says, your advice is very good, referring to Balarabi, that his advice is very good and rewardable, but it's not followable at all. We are already Odudua State. Thanks for giving hint on your fear. Another says, Balarabe Musa, you turn your eyes the other way when S-men kill and drive farmers from their farm without arrest. The solution to stop that is AMOTEKUN. And again, from what he said there's no big deal. The same security challenges is being it's happening in the northern part of the country, so it is no different from what is happening in the Southwest. Yes, because the people in the north, they love it, but these people, if you think that is the same thing, but these guys are saying no, we want to do something about it. We are not going to keep quiet. We could remember even when this thing happened, Bado happened. We know how this most especially in Lagos, how they rally around and tackle with that problem. So I don't know what their fears are. If insecurity is ravaging, is happening in the north, and you are comfortable with it, that doesn't mean that other people will take that as well. And he's saying that, oh, the Southwest, they seem to be educated, or they are not well grounded, or they are informed, or there's a way you just try to say it that they don't, even if they are informed, they are not really committed. I don't even know what he's talking about in that line. But the only thing is that they are just afraid of people being on their own. Someone says, why are the northerners afraid of Yoruba Amotekun? They don't break. Let everyone go a separate way. Is it by force to stay in marriage in Boko Haram's marriage? No, be by force, but by understanding. Someone says, with time, it will be scrutinized. If really Isba was scrutinized and made public, well, let us see how it's going to go. Somebody is asking a question here. What is you? What are you people? What is you people's business? What is you people's business? This northern part of this country, all south region are looking for how to go their separate way, and you people don't want to be yourself. Why you people should just go away from the south? Please. And someone says, Balarabe, what's your problem with other group going their own separate ways? I don't know. And someone said, no wonder some people refer to them as parasites. What is wrong in dividing the country? The alliance is no longer working. Let everybody go its separate ways. Those who enjoy killing continue. Nigeria is a joke. Someone say, I saw fear in his eye. So guys, let's have your take concerning what Balarabe is saying. But in a nutshell, he said this AMOTEKUN is all about a ploy to create Oduduwa Republic. And what is wrong in that? Why? Why is he afraid of that? So guys, leave your comments below and let's have your take. Thank you.